Hey, so I figured today was no better than any other to start vlogging again. I know I've not been here. I know. And you know what makes me feel like a pure dick for saying that? Because it's that way where you're like, see when YouTubers are like, oh, sorry guys, not been here for a while. You don't need to apologise. You absolutely don't need to apologise. This isn't my job. But I am very aware I haven't been here. Sorry, just spritzing my friend. I haven't been here and life has just been, and again, I feel like this is your classic, you hear about YouTubers and they're like, oh, life's been busy and all that kind of pish, right? But it has, it's been really busy. And I feel like as if between being busy, between just trying to get up and like get through a day at the moment has been really hard, to borderline the point of me feeling a little bit like I don't want to get out of bed this morning. I felt a little bit like that, which isn't nice, if I'm honest. It's not nice for two reasons. One, because obviously I'm pregnant at the moment, and I think when this one goes up, you will now be aware of that. But I feel like the last, when we went on holiday, we went to Greece, it was lovely. It was a hard holiday though, because Jack is now 2 and, I don't know, 2 and 3 months, I think. He'll be 6 months by the time this little baby arrives. And I feel like as if he's just getting to that point where it's like, I'm gonna push some boundaries. And he is by no means a bad boy. He's not a bad child. He's a bloody brilliant little thing. But it's just, obviously, you try and explain things to them. I'm not meaning we get all logical with them. But there's certain things, like I don't really want to shout at him. I don't want to raise my voice at him, right? I don't want him to be scared of me, is the honest truth. I don't want him to feel like he's scared. I want him to always feel like he can come and talk to me about anything. So I always try and talk to him through everything, rather than, you know, saying to him, oh, stop crying, stop being silly. That was just like, might be something really ridiculous that he's crying about. But rather than saying to him like, oh, stop being so silly, like, you're absolutely fine. I'll say to him, you know, oh, what was it that upset you about that? Or, you look really sad, like, are you okay now? Let's talk through it type thing. And that might sound mental to anybody who doesn't have children, or anybody who has children and thinks like, he's a 2-year-old, like, why are you doing that? But he does understand. He does. Like, he absolutely does. So I'd rather do it that way. But my God, does that take some patience. And it just comes to points at the moment, especially over the last couple of weeks after we come back from holiday, and probably because he was out his little routine and stuff, when I have just been like, can you just do it please, son? Because I don't want to have to ask again. I don't want to have to explain this to you. Like, you've said you wanted to go to the park. You said you want to take your bike out. So do you know what? Shoes and a jacket need to go on. Because unfortunately, Scotland's summer is non-existent, which I've told you this before. But it's really, really, really bad, considering it's July at the moment. It's very, very cold. It feels more like September, October, if I'm honest with you. But anyway, point is, everything has to be explained. And there's no just, can we go and put your jacket on please? It's like, nah, don't want to do that. Nah, don't want to do this. Nah, don't want to eat that. And I'm like, you don't want ice cream, mate. Like, I could literally ask him, did he want ice cream? And he'd be like, nah. I'm like, do you know what? I know you want to assert your authority, whatever it is you want to do. But sometimes, it's much to your detriment, son. And he's just getting a little bit ridiculous with it, and I am struggling. So it's at a point now where I just feel a little bit like life is hard. Having to just look at it. Was summer holidays now as well, so he doesn't go to nursery during the summer holidays, so there's a lot more of him to look after through the week, and it's just a lot. There's just a lot of stuff going on. So there we go. There's the standard YouTuber, life's busy shit. And it has been busy, it really has. If you're seeing this vlog and you haven't seen my video, or you haven't been aware, or you didn't see on Instagram that I announced it, then hi! I am currently 23 weeks pregnant, so we are definitely getting there now. I will have pregnancy vlogs going up. I've put them, instead, I think the last time I'd done pregnancy vlogs, I done them like kind of week, I don't know, 9 to 12, or week 9 and 10, and then 11 and 12. I'm not doing that many this time because, again, I don't have the time. But this time I've kind of lumped them into either trimester 1, as in like the one vlog. I think there's maybe 2 for the trimester 2, and now from then on in, this will be the update. So you can, I will get them up over the next few weeks and you can go back and check them, but this will now be the update. So if you want to see what was happening at the start of my pregnancy, by all means please go and check out those videos, because again, as you will probably know, my pregnancy with Jack wasn't the smoothest, and this one wasn't particularly smooth either, especially at the start. It was particularly difficult. I was in hospital and things like that as well, and it's been a ride. And actually now, at the other side of it all, things are going quite well. Heart is good, just had an MRI last week that said everything was good. We've obviously had our anatomy scan, we had fetal medicine scan as well, and everything is looking good at the moment. As I say, if you're interested in that kind of thing, especially if you are someone who lives with chronic illness or complications in pregnancy, you might be interested to know what it's like for someone who doesn't have an uncomplicated pregnancy, what it's been like, because my first one is the same. And this pregnancy has not been exactly the same. Like, there's been parts of this pregnancy that have been a lot better and parts of this pregnancy that have been a lot worse. So it's just every pregnancy is different, isn't it? And it's all a little bit stressful. I think we'll go with a darker brow today. I've just been using the Slick Day Brow from Urban Decay. It's a clear one. Pretty much if I've put anything on my face, that's a big part of it as well, because I have not been doing anything. I have not put anything on my face, I have not been putting makeup on, and if I have been putting makeup on, because on holiday I did, I got back into it on holiday, but day-to-day life, every day, it's very slim chances that I'm putting any makeup on. Today I'm making the effort because I'm trying to manually get myself out this slump, because I have a slight fear that if I let myself get any deeper into this slump, it could be something that I potentially need to go and speak to doctors about, because my anxiety levels are getting through the roof and I'm worrying about a lot of stuff. I'm worrying about what's going to happen in the future. I'm worrying about the outcome of the birth. I'm worrying about just how I'm going to cope with 2 children, 2 years old, and, you know, life, because it's hard. And I'm starting to feel quite overwhelmed about that. So I'm trying to get myself back into some sort of routine, but I've had a routine. I just feel within that routine, I very quickly forgot about myself. And it's very easy to do. And I would never hold it against anybody, because I'm sure we've all been there and done that, especially if you have children. Sometimes life gets in the way and you actually forget about yourself. I'm going to start doing the things that make me feel a wee bit better, because if I don't even want to get out of bed in the morning at the moment. Life has been hard. So, oh, I should have mentioned as well, this from Armani Beauty. Can I just say, super fancy, not something that I would usually be like, oh, let's run to Armani Beauty, but they sent me, gobsmacked, especially because I've not been posting, sent me this, and it's the Luminous Silk, which they have a very famous Luminous Silk foundation, Luminous Silk cheek tint, and this one is in, oh, don't tell me it doesn't have the colour on it, that's annoying. The colour is not on it, but I feel like it's some sort of peach. Wait, I've still got the box here, hold on. Rosy peach, it's called, but it's not on this, which is annoying. They actually sent me 2 more. One was like a super duper bright pink, and one is like a mauve. So I'll not wear that. So I'm going to pass them on to someone else. But actually I'm going to pass the pink one on to Annie, because she loves pink. But the mauve one, I'd probably just get rid of that. I'll give it to someone else. But of course, that colour was right up my street. And it's very, very pretty. I actually really like it. I don't even know how much they cost. Do you know what I'll do? I'll find out and I'll put it on the screen. Where's my phone? Let me just tell you. Do you know what I'm saying? Let me just tell you, because I'll tell you whether I think they're worth that price. Hold on. Oh! Shit, expensive. Shit, it's expensive. £36 that is. £36. I think it's beautiful. I've been using it a lot. I took it on holiday with me and it was a bit of a staple. It's very, very nice. Do I think it's £36 worth of nice? If you're treating yourself, if it's a present, or if they maybe had a deal on, like if there was a deal and you could get some discount on it, 36 is a lot of money for a cheek tint. I think there's cheaper ones you can get that probably work similar. The other thing I was going to say, I don't think I've got it to hand. When I first opened it, I thought, oh, does this look similar to the Rare Beauty ones? but it's not. This is much sheerer. It's much less impact, because I feel like the Rare Beauty ones, you need a tiny spot and they're very, very vibrant. This is a little bit opposite of that. You don't need to work it up. I feel like you could work it up, but you see the colour on my face just now. It is what it looks like on the bottle. That's suppose what I'm trying to say. It doesn't look like there's nothing on my face. I don't have to build it up, but you could build it up as well. I suppose that's what I'm meaning. But I do like it. I do like it. But I've just realised it's 36 quid, and I'm like, gee, that's 36 quid. That is a lot of money. That's another reason why I've not really been on here and filming and stuff like that. Obviously, with the idea of another child coming on the way, I've been saving money because I'm going to be on mat leave again over the next year once baby arrives. So I've been saving a lot of pennies that way, but also we are thinking of moving house. We were thinking about moving house before we even found out this news. So there's a lot going on, and I've been trying not to spend frivolously as well. So yeah, life's just been busy, but I am very, very fortunate that nice companies like Armani sent me some stuff. So I am not trying to say that £36 is a justified amount for a blusher, because it is very, very expensive. But if you're willing to treat yourself, you want to try something fancy, maybe you've always wanted to try something for Armani Beauty, I do think that's a very nice one, and I think the blush itself is lovely. Oh, do you know what? It's funny. I don't know, maybe if people will feel differently, because obviously dependent on the temperament of your child, and I will certainly find out as I'm about to have a second one, it might be kind of different. People used to say like, oh, the newborn stage, like you're in the trenches. I couldn't disagree more. I could not disagree more. Having a newborn was a breeze in comparison to having a toddler slash especially a 2 going on to 3-month-year-old. Like, oh, that is just a next level step, because they have so much energy, they have so much learning, and you know what, there's so many lovely things about it. So many lovely things about it. Jack is so inquisitive, he wants to know everything, he asks loads of questions, he's so chatty. Like, he is like just a proper little chatterbox, likes to ask questions all the time, talks to me constantly, which is good. I really want him to be like that. But sometimes you're just a little bit like, is this not the 4th time I've told you that, son? And that, along with the temperament of, listen, I've got some attitude now, mum, and I'm not going to be doing that. And you're like, son, I've literally put down to you, I don't know, toast and chocolate spread. It's something you love. It doesn't have to be vegetables. Sometime the other day he went into the fridge and he took a red pepper out and he said, I want pepper, mummy. I said, you want a pepper? And he was like, yes. I said, you want mummy to cut your slice off? Yes. I said, what do you say? Please and thank you. Okay, good, well done. Still pretty adamant about his manners. But cut him off a quarter of a pepper, took the seeds out obviously, and he munched it. He munched the whole thing. You know, not Jack, you know, kids wanting an ice lolly out the fridge. Well, he would take an ice lolly out the fridge as well. Ice lolly out the fridge, or going in and getting a strawberry, which he does regularly as well, but a pepper. He just wanted a big bit of pepper. And I was like, have at it, son, it's healthy, go for it, don't mind. But then, as I say, meal times it became quite testing, because I could put down something to him with pepper on the plate and he'd be like, no, like that, mummy. And I'm like, you literally ate a quarter of a pepper yesterday. You literally asked me for that yesterday. It's just so hard. Because I know in my heart it's not because he doesn't like it, and I know in my heart it's not because it's not something he would enjoy. He's just pushing boundaries. He's just testing me. And I'm like, do you know what, there comes a point when I just don't want to argue anymore. I just don't want to have this conversation, Jack. I'm going to stick on a little bit of bronze powder as well from my Aviv. Do you know I still have a Aviv voucher from Christmas that I haven't used, and I know they recently launched like a, what do you call it? Is that a setting spray? But really they haven't launched anything recently that I was particularly bothered about, so I've still got it. Still got a £50 voucher, and I'm actually wondering, should I get, because I've hit panning this so long now, should I get something to refill this, maybe. But still got my 2 Space NK vouchers as well. And actually the reason I'm keeping them, because they've now got Glossier at Space NK, so there's a good reason for that. I think I'm going to go in and pick up a few bits in person from Glossier because I'd rather see it before ordering it, because as I said the last time, if you've been watching me for a while, I ordered the stretch concealer in the new colour range, Light 2 I picked up. After speaking with them, I spoke to one of their advisors on Instagram, and it's far too dark. It's like darker than any of the ones I've ever used before, and I was like, this is not gonna work. So I'd rather go and see them in real life if I'm honest. Oh, right, I've actually put some makeup on. I feel like a human, I have a frock on. We're going to go out and we are going to go for some lunch. I'm also going to go and get his feet sized because it's been a while since we've done that. So get his shoe size done and potentially get him some new shoes because I feel like the ones he's got are all getting a little bit small. I am going to pop into Boots because I'm still collecting like the Emma's Diary bags like I did my last pregnancy. So I'm going to do that, and I need to get some CeraVe face wash. I have a big basket of empties at the moment. So my plan this week is to film a video to be like, hey, I'm pregnant. Haha. And also film the empties basket as well, and that's going to help me get back in the swing of things, because honestly this sounds so petty and so stupid. I don't know if anybody will relate to this, maybe because you have a different hobby, you'll know where I'm coming from. See, when you stop doing things for you and stop doing things that you love, and it's understandable because you have other priorities like a child. And I would spend all my, like, I love him to bits. Like, I could cuddle him all day, I could spend all day with him, tell him how many times, you know, why a daisy has white flowers or whatever on it, you know. I don't mind that. But when you lose yourself, that's when it gets hard. It really does. Like, when you lose yourself and you forget who you are, and it's not like it's happened to me quickly. It's not like I had a baby and I lost myself. It's actually happened to me quite gradually over the last 4 to 6 months, I would say. And obviously being pregnant as well. And I've just lost any kind of like urge to put the effort in with myself. And that is making me so sad. Like, so sad, because I started to be like, I don't remember what I was like. I don't remember, like, who am I? And I know who I am. But you honestly, it's so important to just try and keep a part of yourself. Whatever it is that you like to do, whatever it may be, it's so important to keep a part of yourself. So I'm going to get back into it. I'm going to get back into filming. I'm saying that and you could maybe watch this and be like, yeah, you said that the last time, Alana. But I'm telling you, this time I'm definitely going to try and get back into it, because I cannot be in this slump any longer, because as I said, I think if it goes on any longer, then I'm going to be in a really bad place rather than just a kind of slumpy, not feeling great place. I think I'll be in a really bad, anxious, what's the point in waking up every day place, and I don't want to be there. Just putting a little bit of the Merit Loving You on. It's kind of more plummy, this, but I feel like it's got a good hint of brown to it, and it's quite sheer. Weirdly, it's kind of a nude for me. Right, that's where I'm going to leave it. I will check in with you again if there's any updates from hospital and stuff like that. Then obviously they will just be coming to you now in the form of a weekly vlog. Like, I'm not going to be doing separate pregnancy ones, but as I say, you will be seeing up and coming ones as well, because I have still needed to vent at a camera. I've just not been uploading them because nobody knew I was pregnant. So